So it decreases the projection of the fragrance when you actually rub it in. Okay. Actually, what they teach you, with the oils, I saw this one white lady. She was actually giving a class about this, about fragrance oils. She said it's best not to rub them in. And then, of course, I used my own common sense with that, but I understood exactly what she was saying. When it comes to the wrist, I tell my clients, rub the oils on your wrist and rub it in. Why? Because that oil, if you let it sit on your wrist, obviously it's gonna come to a point where your wrist is gonna, rub against your clothes, and guess what? Now you got an oil stain on your brand new outfit. You follow me? So, and if it's a very expensive outfit, then I know you're gonna have a bone to pick with me. So, I'm just giving you the education right now, how to actually properly apply it. So in that case, I would say, you know what, just rub it in on your wrist so you won't actually stain your clothes. It won't last 7 to 8 hours or 24 hours, but it lasts 3 hours. Now, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. So hear me out for a minute. Okay, that's only with the wrist. When it comes to behind the ears, you can take the roller, the oil with the roller on there, just the raw roller with the oil on the roller, and you can just rub that behind the ears and just leave it wet. It's because, and when you do that, I'm gonna tell you what happens. It soaks in your body, it soaks in your pores, and it mingles with your body chemistry according to its own pace. Okay, according to its own pace. When you rubbing it in, it's kind of like you trying to force the fragrance to project when it doesn't want to. Let it project and activate at its own pace. You follow me? So when you rub it in, when you just just put the wet oil on the back of your neck, what's going to happen is it's going to be wet at first, and then maybe like an hour, it's going to still be wet, but it's not going to be as shiny as it was when you first rubbed it on. And then like another 2 or 3, like 4 hours, is going to be like damp, right? And then like another 7 to 8 hours, right? You can barely see a wet spot on your neck, right? And then like maybe 10 hours, you just see a mark. The mark that a person has on their face when they're crying and they finish crying and it dries up. But the only thing is, it's not going to be a dry mark because obviously it's oil, right? But the same thing with this is that you're going to see the mark, but the thing is, it's going to be fragrance though. And so much to the point that the fragrance will completely get into your body chemistry, all right? And when you do that right there, a lot of times it lasts up to 24 hours. Not all the time, but a lot of times it does though. But if it lasts up to 7, 8 hours, 9 hours, that's still a good oil, okay? You got that? All right. So that's the name of the game, and that's the way it is. So for anybody to say, okay, well, and this is another thing too. I want to go into this too. They say if a person says, because there's a misconception about oils. They say, okay, if the oil ain't strong, then that mean it's weak. That mean it's been cut. It's bad quality oil. If it ain't strong. A person that says that has no clue what they're talking about. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because the perfume chemists, when they make the fragrance oils, a lot of times they get requests to make them to smell like designers. A certain designer fragrance to appeal to the customers. So, for example, Gucci Guilty for the men is not strong. It's like kind of in between, but it's not a potent fragrance, okay? And also to keep in mind, it's alcohol based too, so you got to keep that in mind too. All right, it's not pure oil. So what happens is when the perfume chemists, they try to make it have the same exact strength as Gucci Guilty, but also they wanted to have the same smell as Gucci Guilty. So if they make Gucci Guilty too strong, then guess what? It ain't Gucci Guilty, because Gucci Guilty is not very potent.